Good morning. It is Tuesday and I have a lot to do today, but I thought that I would go ahead and start this vlog. Yesterday, Taylor and I met and talked about our buddy read, which is The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek, and it's good. It's been fun. We both kind of agree, like we are on page 239, just about to start chapter 20, and we have a very little bit of the book left before we're done, especially considering that there's like an epilogue and like a book club guide in the back, so like we really don't have a whole lot of the book left, and we both sort of feel like we've reached what should be like the halfway point in this story. Like, I still feel like there's a lot to be resolved, and there's not a lot of story left. So I'm real curious to see where this goes and how it ends. Taylor and I, of course, have some ideas of some things that might happen. We both have been enjoying the like friendship between the two main characters. And overall, it's just cute. So we're not going to meet until next week to talk more about this. So I might save this and read it closer to, like, finish it up closer to the end of the week. So the other book that I think I'm going to dive into next this week, especially because we are so close to Christmas, is In a Holidays, which is one of my Christmas romances that I have on my TBR for this month. And this one sounds like it's going to be fun because it probably includes a love triangle, which I think will be interesting. And it also includes like a loop trope where she's reliving the same day over and over again. This will be my first book by Christina Lauren, and I know that a lot of people really, really like her books. I heard a lot about The Unhoneymooners last year, and that is one that I also wanted to read. But this is a new release, and it's Christmas, so I'm definitely excited for this one. I like barely started it yesterday. I don't even have a bookmark in it, so I'm going to continue with this one next. I don't know how much reading I'll actually do today because I have a lot to do today. I'm actually leaving tomorrow to go spend Christmas with my brother, and so I have things to do today, like wrap Christmas presents, pack, I need to do laundry, I have some things that I just need to kind of like finish up before I have to leave tomorrow. So I don't know how much vlogging I'll actually do today. I don't know how much reading I'll actually do today. If anything, as I'm working on stuff, I might continue listening to Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. This is one that I've been listening to on audiobook. I think I'm still about here, page 66, 67. And I'm liking it so far. It's been really interesting, and I like that Trevor Noah narrates it himself, so I might listen to more of this as I am working today. But otherwise, that's my little reading update for now. I have lots to do, so I'm gonna go work on those things, and I will check in with you guys at some later point.
Wednesday and I'm in my car. I am all packed up to head out of town to see my brother for Christmas, and I have not read anything since I last updated you. I have just been prepping for this trip, so wrapping presents, doing laundry, running errands, cleaning out my car, all that stuff. But I have packed several reading options, so as far as physical books, if I get a chance to read anything while I'm there, I have a couple of Christmas romances that I'm excited for. And then as far as the drive there and back, it's a bit of a drive, so listening to audiobooks is a good option. And I have 2 audiobooks. I could continue with Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, which I'm still working my way through, or I could start The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern, because I have that one on audiobook as well. So I will figure out which of those I am going to be listening to, and I will let you guys know at some point, hopefully, if I've read anything, and I will keep you updated.
Hello, it is Wednesday, December 30th, and it has been a little while since I actually talked on this vlog. I did manage to go out and visit my brother. I got to see some family over Christmas, which was really great. And I did not vlog nearly as much as I thought I might, but that's okay because, you know, I got to spend some time with my family, and it just meant that I was, you know, living in the moment and not really worried about having my camera out. So I did manage to read one book since I last talked to you guys, and that was In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. And yeah, I was able to read this actually like over Christmas, and that was really fun. Overall, I thought it was cute. It wasn't quite as amazing as I thought it would be, but it was still very cute. I definitely enjoyed reading this. It was like a very light and fun Christmas romance to just sort of like read while I was like in between hanging out with my family over Christmas, so that was nice. So I'm not sure how much I actually explained this book, but basically it follows Malin Jones, and she and her family always go to this cabin in Utah every Christmas to spend the holidays with a group of family friends. So like each family comes together and they all stay. So there's like 12 or maybe like 16 people total all staying in this cabin, and they have all these traditions, and basically by the end of Christmas, like their vacation there, Mei Lin, who really goes by May for a lot of the story, she realizes that she regrets some of the choices that she made. She's not entirely happy with her life. So she makes a wish, essentially, for the universe to somehow show her how to be happy. And she finds herself in this time loop where she's actually sent back to the very beginning of her Christmas vacation and has to relive the whole thing over again. And she continues to live it over again until she starts to basically, you know, like live more authentically and like be more herself and like truly do the things that she wants to do that make her happy. And so I think that that part was kind of cool, that like, yes, it's a romance, and like, yes, part of like what's going to make her happy is actually like sharing her, expressing her feelings for this guy. It's also a lot about just like, you know, living the life that you want to live and like making the choices for yourself, even if it means taking some risks, even if it means people looking at you a little weird sometimes. And like there was a little bit of that I honestly could kind of relate to at this point in my own life. So I did appreciate that, but overall, I still just kind of thought the story was okay. So I'm thinking I'm gonna give this one like 3 stars. I did enjoy it. I did think it was really cute. Like, it was a perfect little, like, novel to escape into over Christmas, periodically, as I was, like, hanging out with family and doing other things. And in that way, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't, like, anything groundbreaking for me. So, yeah, it was cute. I enjoyed it. There you go. I would still say, like, if you're looking for a cute little Christmas romance, like there's nothing wrong with this one if that's something that you're looking for. Hey, stop it. Oh my gosh, Lily still messing with the tree regularly. Okay, and considering that today is the second to last day of December, tomorrow is New Year's Eve, I think it's safe to say that I am not going to finish all of the books that I had originally on my December TBR. I had planned to read, or like had set the goal to read 12 books because I've been participating in the Mary Bookmas Readathon, which has 12 reading challenges, and so I picked 12 books. And so far, hello Lily. Hi. So far, I read 7 of them. I still have 5 that I have not finished or have not started. So, let's kind of talk about the ones that I've started. I've been talking about Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. This one, I am on page 84, and, you know, still have some work to do on this one to get that one finished. Then I did start listening to The Night Circus. Lily! Then I did start listening to The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I am currently on page 72 of this one. I started listening to this one on audiobook in the car while I was driving. And yeah, I just didn't get as far as I thought I did in the actual story. So I do have quite a bit of this to finish. So I'm not sure that this is going to be the one that Lily. Yeah, so this one I think I am going to probably carry over into January. I'm just not going to get this done in the next like day and a half, realistically. The other one that I thought I might read over Christmas was Comfort and Joy by Kristen Hanna, and I really would like to read this one, but part of me is like, do I read it now since it's after Christmas, or do I just save it and like actually read it over Christmas next year? I've read like a chapter of it, so like I could just put it down for another year and read it next Christmas. I don't know. I might read it. It's short. And then the other one that I started actually over the summer and could maybe sit and read is the first collection of the Avatar: The Last Airbender comic. And this one's called The Promise. And I did start this one over the summer. I don't remember where I left off, but the plan was to just like restart it from the beginning and finish this for one of the prompts, and I have not done that yet. So there's that one. And then the last one that I have not started at all in any capacity is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, which I know I'm also not going to finish before January. So this one, I'm not even going to bother starting it. I'm just going to push this one into next year and maybe put it on my January TBR and just let it carry over. So yeah, basically my goal would be, of these 4, you know, maybe try to finish one of these before the end of the day tomorrow, and that would technically keep it, you know, on my December wrap up in my 2020 reading goal. Realistically, I think it might be between these 2. Like, I could finish this one and call it good, or I could finish this one. And because they're both relatively short, I could maybe read both if that's how I wanted to spend my time, but I also know that I have like some video that I'm needing to edit and some things that I'm wanting to film. Like, I'm wanting to do kind of like that end of the year, start of the new year sort of like videos. Like, I know a lot of people do like best books of the year, favorite books of the year, most disappointing books of the year, worst books of the year, blah, 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 blah. I don't think I'm going to do all of those, but I do have some ideas of those types of videos that I do want to do. So I kind of need to like wrap up what I'm reading so that I can do sort of those like end of the year overall statistics and like talk about like my reads for 2020. So it's clear that I will not, spoiler, I will not meet my original Goodreads book challenge goal for 2020, which is fine. And I have some things with that I will, I think, explain in my wrap up. I'm planning on doing like a 2020 wrap up video, just kind of talking about my year overall with my reading. But there were some other videos that I was wanting to film and like get up on my channel with the time that I've had off, and I've just done a lot of not that and a lot of not reading with the time that I've had off. Obviously I spent time with my family, which was great. A lot of time in the car driving, which was necessary. I did, when I got home from my trip, I thought I might, you know, kind of binge read some things, but I ended up binging a show on Netflix called Bridgerton. Is that what it's called? Yeah, it's a Shondaland like production, and it's sort of giving me like Pride and Prejudice vibes with that, it taking place in that sort of era, and it's like a romance essentially. It was really cute, and I knew as soon as I started it, I was like, well, I can either read some things or I can watch this and watch this for hours, and that's exactly what I did. I just binged the whole first season, which I don't know, are they gonna come out with another season? Because I feel like the way that it ended, it could just end with the first season. So I don't know if they will. Oh shoot, I did finish another book that I haven't talked about, and the reason that I forgot about it is because I don't have my physical copy anymore. I finished The Lost Causes of Bleak Creek with Taylor. That was our buddy read for the month of December, and we finished it and talked about it yesterday actually, and then I gave her physical copy back because I had borrowed her physical copy from her. That one was also good. It was, again, not anything amazing in my opinion, but it was good. I did enjoy the story, and it was fun obviously talking about it with Taylor. I think we kind of talked about it last night. I do think I'm gonna give that one 3 stars as well. I thought the premise of that story was cool, but I do feel like it was rushed in a lot of ways. Like and I think I mentioned this earlier, like we got about like 3/4 of the way through, and I felt like there was still so much that needed to happen, and it just sort of wrapped up really quickly when I think things really kind of could have been drawn out more. And Taylor and I both talked about how things could have gotten a lot darker than they did. Like, there were some interesting things happening, and I think it could have gone in like a much darker direction, but they kind of kept it light and a little more like YA-esque, which is also fine. It just wasn't as like, it maybe wasn't as like hard hitting as it could have been. I don't know. Overall, it was cute. It was fun. We enjoyed it. But it was just kind of okay for me. So that was another one that I did finish. That was one of the 7 of my 12 that I had sort of planned to read. That is one of the 7 that I did finish and get read for this month. So that will also be going into my wrap up for the month of December. And then Taylor and I we have some thoughts about some of the things that we want to read next. I think she is currently reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I think that we might try and buddy read A Court of Mist and Fury next month for the month of January, which would be an interesting buddy read, I think, to say the least. So we'll see. We both enjoy like the mystery thrillers, which is what we have been reading, and we both enjoy kind of like the fantasy, which I think is why we both are liking the Court of Thorns and Roses series. We'll see what happens with that. But anyway, I just wanted to get on here and let you know kind of what I have been and have not been reading since I last talked to you, because again, it has been a while since I've actually like gotten on here and talked. We'll see kind of what gets read, and I will probably, hopefully, update you at least one more time before wrapping up this vlog, just to kind of let you know how I'm ending things for this vlog / month. So I will talk to you guys later.
Okay, it is later on Wednesday, and I'm going to go do some grocery shopping. And I thought that I would try something that I've never tried before, which is listening to an audiobook while I do my grocery shopping. And I know that lots of people do this. Lots of people either listen to an audiobook or like music or something while they're shopping. And I've never done that because, I don't know, it just seems odd to me to be listening to something and like not be as present or like concentrated on what I'm doing or like who's around me. But I have some reading that I need to get done, and so I thought, you know what, I have some audiobooks that I could be listening to while I'm going around the store. So we'll see if it's something that I like or something that I will want to continue doing. I may hate it. I'm not sure. We'll see. I have my reusable grocery bags. I have my mask. I have my headphones. So we're gonna try it, and I'll let you guys know what I think. Hello, it is Thursday, so happy New Year's Eve to you. I am sitting here working on my like 2020 reading stats, and that includes kind of doing some research on some of the different authors that I've been reading this year. And one of my new favorite authors, which should not come as a surprise, is Talia Hibbert. And I had never read any of her books before, but these books have become really popular. Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and Take a Hint, Dani Brown, which are the first 2 in her like Brown sister trilogy. And these are like amazing romance novels that I absolutely loved. I gave both of these books 5 stars, and I literally said in
the vlog where I read these that, you know, anything else that Talia Hibbert writes, like, I'm gonna automatically buy her books, blah, 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 thinking like these are probably a couple of her first books ever. And that is not the case. I found her website and she has tons of other romance novels that she has published. And I just was completely unaware. So this just goes to show that, you know, as I continue to read more and as I continue to talk about books and as I continue to track the kinds of things that I'm reading, I really need to be better about like doing some research on the things that I'm reading and the authors that I'm reading, because oh my gosh, I did not realize that she had all of these books. Hello, it is later on Thursday, and like I mentioned earlier, I have been working on kind of like wrapping up my 2020 reads for the whole year, and I do have some plans as far as sharing what I have read throughout the year 2020 in a few different videos. So I've kind of been like planning and prepping those today. But in addition to that, I did also finish reading Born a Crime by Trevor Noah, which I finished on audiobook, and it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. It was interesting because it really does focus so much on his childhood in South Africa and less so on his career in comedy. And I want to say that there is a documentary of his either on Netflix, maybe it's on Hulu, I'm not really sure, and I can't remember what it's called. I might like put the name down here if I remember. But that one I want to say focuses a little more on like getting into comedy and sort of the steps that he took to get to where he is in his career. But this really does focus so much more on growing up during apartheid and his relationship with his mom and like learning how to exist in the society that he was living in at that point in time and like coming to understand his race. And it was just so interesting, all of the things that he had to say about those experiences growing up. And I also thought it was interesting because he doesn't share these stories like entirely linearly. Like he does kind of jump around a lot, but it makes sense. It's engaging. I really did enjoy it. I don't think that I'm going to give it a star rating because I feel weird, and I know that like lots of other booktubers have said the same thing in videos of theirs that I've watched, but I feel kind of weird rating like a memoir or an autobiography. Like if it's a story about someone's own personal life experiences, then I feel weird like giving that a rating on like how much I enjoyed like hearing about their life. Like I'm not here to rate your life experience. I'm just here to enjoy your story and your perspective. So like I enjoyed the book. I marked it as read on my Goodreads. It is going to be included in my December wrap up. It's going to be included towards my 2020 Goodreads reading goal, so that's exciting. But I did not actually like give it any star rating. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on that, because yeah, that may also kind of suck for like authors of memoirs who want to have feedback on like how well people liked their books, but yeah, it's just a little weird to me to like give a star rating to on someone's life. So yeah, anyway, overall, I really did enjoy it. Highly recommend if you're a fan of Trevor Noah and are interested in hearing about his story. I also totally listened to that audiobook while I was grocery shopping earlier. And was that earlier today? No, that was yesterday. While I was grocery shopping yesterday, I listened to the audiobook like as I was shopping, and I don't usually do that, but I actually enjoyed it, and I think that I will continue to do that. I will find, you know, I always like having some kind of audiobook going because it's just a way to like read more, even if you can't like sit down and read a physical copy of a book. So I have The Night Circus is my current like audiobook that I'm in the middle of right now. So that is going to be, I think, the one that I will continue with and listen to periodically as I can. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to wrap up this vlog. It is the very last day of December. It is the very last day of 2020. I am very excited to move into 2021. I think most of us are. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really do hope that you and yours have had a great and happy and safe holiday season and continue to into 2021. If you have read any of the books that I have mentioned in this vlog and you would like to let me know your thoughts, then you can do so down in the comments. I would love to chat with you. Otherwise, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.